We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Black 20. He's coming. He's coming.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
44. 40,
Mike, 40.
Black, what's that? Black, what's that?
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. Tavon Young in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. 40's Mike.
Alert.
40's Mike. Hey, you're
Black,
on second down now, it's Conner. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Target.
What is that?
Hey, look, 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go, baby.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Squirrel.
Let's bring it.
Hey, we're going Mike 40. Black, it's on.
On second down, Conner looking for space. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Blue down.
Black, what's that?
Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Black, what's that?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They run with Travis Homer, the rookie from Miami. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
First carry now for Kenneth Dixon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
First down, Baltimore.
On first down, they go with Dixon. Down right around the 25. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 25 on second down, Jackson. Snead's got it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Watch the slant, watch the slant, watch the slant.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, with the Browns already playing their third primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the intended target. But it's going to be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Switch. Double bump.
On second down, it's Connor. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
We take a win. Nickel.
Check nickel.
Black and turn.
Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second and 7, Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. This one complete right side to McDonald. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. So third and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Three down. 40's the mic. Hey, watch the slant. Watch it.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to find Switzer. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check 31.
Now Roethlisberger. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Kenny Young charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21.
Check 4.
Roethlisberger going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, and that'll bring up second down. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Got him in. It's Brown. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
66. Greystone, travel.
Watch the block, motion, block. Mike 48.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to counter. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Black 20.
Mike 40. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Mike 40.
Hey, alert. Why they say?
Mike 40. All day, dog.
Black.
Here's Roethlisberger. And a throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Taken in at the 22. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Check 52.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Strong left, strong left. 4 down, check. 4 down. Check.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mark. Time to go. 198. Watch 98.
The final shot before break. Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Here we go.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the second half with Hill. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run it again with Hill. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And it's 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 27.
77.
40's Mike.
What is that?
Stop your whining.
Flag, what's that?
They start with a give to Connor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Hey, 4 down.
Jack 16. What is that?
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Middle. Flag, get that.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Check 3.
Flag, get that.
Check.
Flag, get that.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 23. They start the drive with Connor. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6 at the 27-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
Sponge. Flag, what's that?
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Taken in by Switzer on the left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A handoff out of the pistol. It's Dixon. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll try and run forward with Connor. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And the Steelers' first down.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Easy, easy. Black is on! Black is
on 1st and 10 is Connor. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
show that bench release and go. 48. Black, what's that? Black, is that?
From the 45 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Whoa. He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. It's a foot race. Kenneth Dixon. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kenneth Dixon. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set! 230. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Got the screen.
Quarter.
The drive will start with Connor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Tight on this side, boy. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move. Everyone, you got 4. Check. Check. Check.
Check 13. Check 13.
Here's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Mike 40. Check. He's coming. Let's go one more.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
I got you.
Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket, finding room to the 20. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. that's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down at the 28. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason. To lighten up now.
Ready, set.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ready, ready.
On 2nd down, it's Snell. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
3rd
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
General West.
Hatchet. Hatchet.
Hey, high 7.
And he's tired of me. He's tired of us. Mike 48. Mike 48. All right,
Sleep grip.
Now it's the backup Rudolph. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Kenny Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it.
Ready.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
61, matchbox lights.
Safety's creeping. Check 99.
Gone. Let's go.
They will snap it to Rudolph. And he finds McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Get it.
Here's Snell yet again. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
On the double.
Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Oh, you got D?
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Hey, Sam on.
Here I come again. Here I come
Rocket.
again. 36, 36.
Now.
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Baltimore, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers,